What is going on, Knicks Nation? Just taking care of business, right? Monday evening against the Detroit Pistons, New York Knicks did what they were supposed to do. They beat the Detroit Pistons 124-99. And boy, Dante's Inferno, Donte DiVincenzo with 11 three-pointers in tonight's game. He was on fire all game long. What more can we say about Donte? I mean, this year from Donte DiVincenzo has been absolutely incredible. I mean, I can literally go down the list of Knicks players that have been awesome. But tonight, Donte DiVincenzo's signing from the summer until now, it's one, an underpay. It's two, it's exactly what we needed. We needed shooters and makers, and boy, do we get that. And he drops 40 points, 11 to 20, breaking the Knicks record in three-point shots in a single game. What a victory, what a win for the New York Knicks. And Donte, wow, Donte is here. What's going on, people in the chat? Lynette, what's going on? Big task, bro. I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it either. I mean, I didn't. First of all, when he hit his 10th three and when the referees actually took a look at it and they subtracted a three from him. When was that? In the third quarter? They subtracted a three from Donte. I was like, really? We're really gonna look at that? And that really wasn't even like you bet if his shoe went out of bounds, you barely see it go out of bounds. They subtracted three, so he's back to 9 threes. And then he's trying to get to 10 threes. Evan Fournier's trying to play defense on him. He's trying to play defense on Donte, and it didn't work. You know, Fournier, this was Evan Fournier's NBA Finals tonight. He was trying on defense. He was trying 150% on the defensive end, and he just couldn't. Donte got free a couple of times, and he didn't get free, and then still knocked down a few three-point shots with his defender draped on him, and hit his 10th one there to tie the Knicks record, and then he hit his 11th to break the single-game record in an NBA game versus the Detroit Pistons. 11 threes. Do you guys understand how crazy that is to hit 11 threes in a game? That's crazy. And I think the record is 14 by Klay Thompson, right? I think it's 14 by Klay Thompson. But 11 threes tonight for Donte, just the icing on the cake. You take care of business at home against a reeling Detroit team. It was pretty much from tip-off. Knicks went on a 20-0 run in that first quarter, and it was night-night from there. I was contemplating, honestly, coming and doing the postgame at halftime. That's how like wrapped up the Knicks had this game. Like it was wrapped up from the half. Joe, what's going on? What's going on, Joe, in the chat? Michael Jordan of Delaware. Lynette says the degree of hustle in this team is something else. Never took their foot off the brakes. Donte was a superstar tonight. Superstar indeed. Superstar indeed. What he did tonight, I mean, 40 points for Donte. And this is coming off of multiple good games from Donte. Remember, he has been struggling with his shot. It took him in his last 10 games, he's shooting 33% from three. So 40 points tonight. He's dropping 40 points tonight. And then versus the Nets, how many points did he drop for Donte? 31 points versus Brooklyn. So in these past two games, he's had 71 points from Donte DiVincenzo. 4-13 versus Brooklyn, 11-20 tonight. And look, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 2 steals. He was on fire. Nobody could have stopped him tonight. I mean, when a shooter has a magic touch like that, you just want to keep feeding him the ball all game long, and that's what the Knicks tried to do. And Donte made a joke at the end saying that Brunson should have passed him the ball more, which was hilarious. Evan, what's going on? Salute, salute. Dame, what's going on? Dante's Inferno, the big ragu. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go, man. Got to keep winning. Third seed is in our. I see it. I smell the third seed. Cavs won tonight. Unfortunately, they get the Charlotte Hornets again. But we just got to keep taking care of business on our end, and we should get that third seed. But yeah, big game tonight. Always appreciate you in here, Dame. Big Task is like legit cheer like that was a game winner. When he hit that last one, I was like, wow. I was like, boy, oh boy, man. This 4 years, $50 million, right? That's what Leon Rose signed him for. The front office signed Donte DiVincenzo for. Looking back at that contract now, bargain. Absolute. That's a steal. That is an absolute steal for the New York Knicks. Signing him to that contract is a steal. I mean, look what he has done from beginning of the season until now. Didn't start in the starting lineup beginning of the season, took over that starting job, clicked right away with Jalen Brunson. Josh Hart tonight, another triple-double, 6 triple-doubles for Josh Hart now on the season. I believe he joins Julius Randle and I forgot who else, but the Knicks PR account tweeted it. 6 triple-doubles from Josh Hart tonight. So alongside, you have Donte hitting 11 threes. You have Josh Hart, another triple-double from Josh Hart. You have Brunson playing efficient. You have Deuce McBride. What did he play? 47 minutes tonight. And another good game out of Deuce McBride. This was a feel-good win for the Knicks. This was a feel-good win for the Knicks. Rick says, I like hearing Precious mic'd up. He's really engaged on defense. Yeah, MSG had Precious mic'd up. That was fun. Rick, what's going on? Vegan says, in front of Fournier, cold as ice, the big ragu. Right in front of Fournier. Fournier was trying his hardest to stay in front of Donte. He was trying his hardest, but unfortunately, it didn't work out, Evan. I'm sorry, it didn't work out. I know you wanted to have your big game versus the New York Knicks. Just hasn't happened. Sorry, Evan, but Donte got you with 11 tonight. And Donte DiVincenzo is going to break your three-point record probably within a week. I want to say like within a week, but if he's shooting 11 threes tonight, what is he now, like 5 away? Something like that from Evan Fournier's three-point record. I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but he's close. He's going to break it probably within the next week, and that should be another big moment for Donte. Cam, what's going on? Big Ragu cooking. What's going on, Cam? Yes, Donte, man, but Bob says, yes, Donte, man, but Detroit. Look, I feel bad for Detroit Pistons fan. They're missing a lot of guys. Grimes only has played in 6 games for them. They're missing some guys, but yeah, Detroit. I mean, that team is like a G League team at this point. Cam says, I missed the beginning. By the time I got to the game, it was 29-10. Love seeing our Knicks win. Salute Ant and Knicks Nation. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, first quarter, Cam. Literally, the Knicks went on a 20-zip run in that first quarter. 20-0 run in that first quarter. And after that, I was literally considering post-game at halftime. All right, it's a wrap. Like, Pistons mailed it in. They shipped the cars home already. Pistons won no part of these last 10 games of the season. And look, we honestly, the Knicks are on a mission. Now we have another winnable game in Toronto. We got to just keep winning these games, see if we can get that third seed. But yes, the Pistons team is I don't. Yeah, I heart passing. Yo, Isaiah Hartenstein's passing has been crazy all season long. Evan says Donte is what the Knicks thought they were getting with Fournier. Yeah, I mean, look, coming into this season, I mean, we needed shooters, we needed makers, and signing Donte to that 4-year, $50 million, another Villanova guy, bringing him in here with Hart and Brunson, they have the chemistry together, and it has clicked right away. It clicked. And Donte is one of the best shooters in the NBA. Point blank. He is one of the best shooters in the NBA. He's going to demolish the Evan Fournier three-point record. And him alongside of Brunson is exactly what we needed. And throughout the season, it has just it has been awesome. And even on defense, like he's not a great defender, but he's scrappy. Like he's not no pushover, Donte. So he's doing that on the defensive end, fast breaks on the offensive end, and making his threes as well. So icing on the cake for Donte. Hell of a game for Donte DiVincenzo. Bob said, I thought it was 4-ish. Yeah, how many is he away from Evan Fournier now? I think it's 4 or 5, something like that. 4 or 5 or 6. He's close. He's close. But, yeah. Rick says, I can see Donte winning a playoff game or 2 for us just with his shooting. Look, man, all I can think about when I read your comment right now is the playoffs last year versus Miami where we couldn't buy a basket, right? Now, you're surrounding you're surrounding Brunson with shooters. You're surrounding him with shooters. Donte, OG when he comes back, and Randle when he comes back. And then that's why you traded for Bogey and Burks, and you're surrounding Jalen Brunson with shooters to open up the floor for Jalen Brunson to create. But yeah, I'm picturing in a playoff too, in a playoff series, look, these Villanova cats are like built for these big moments. Right. And that's why I'm excited to watch, Donte in a playoff series with Brunson and with Hart. It's going to be fun. Alberto says, hey, what's up, Knicks family? One of the best shoe salute my nation's panel. Don't know your name. Alberto, what's going on? I think you said one of the Knicks fan, one of the best shooters. Alberto, what's going on? Yeah, Donte's one of the best shooters in the NBA. Donte's one of the best shooters in the NBA. And I am Anthony Alberto. Pleasure. I'm happy that you're in here. Mike says, do you think our playoff offense will be better without Randle since he can't? Mike, I don't think our playoff – no. I think we need Julius Randle at the end of the day. We need Randle, Mike. I know Randle's the injury situation is kind of up in the air right now, but we need Randle. CM says, Knicks have – the best backcourt in the NBA. Say it, man. You got Jalen Brunson. Should get MVP votes. He's not going to win it. It's probably going to go to Jokic this year. Well-deserved. All-NBA player. And this was Jalen Brunson's 65th game. So you know what that means? He's eligible for an extension this summer. I think the extension is around 4 years, $165 million for JB. He'll probably... If the Knicks sign him to that, great. Get him locked up for another 4 years on top of the 1 or 2 remaining. Get that done. Donte, 4 years, $50 million, signed him. Bargain. Shooting at a crazy high rate. I think he's shooting 44% from corner threes this season. Look, man, best backcourt in the NBA. I love the enthusiasm, CM, but it's the best shooting backcourt. You still got I don't hate it. The way Donte's playing right now, if I'm an opponent, Donte DiVincenzo's name has to be circled on your board in your locker room. He can't be left open because if he's open, 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to make the shot. I know 9 times out of 10 is a lot, but is a big percentage. But he demoralizes teams. With his shooting abilities and also paired that with his craftiness on the defensive end and 11 threes tonight, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. 11 3-pointers tonight. And it should have been 12, right? It should have been 12. But one of the NBA refs decided to take one away from Donte. It should have been 12 or 21 from 3 tonight. And instead it's 11 or 20. Look, I'm not complaining, but just an absolute crazy night from Donte. And look, it's a career night. It's one of the nights that he'll always remember for the rest of his career, and as he should, man. He's been a big part as to why we're closing in on that 50 win mark. We're closing in. What are we? 7 games, 7 wins remaining from winning 50 wins. We're at 43 wins this season. I think we can get it. Mike says our offensive rebounding be so key. Josh Hart really 6'5", getting more boards than 7-footers. The heart of the team plays is dangerous in the playoff. Look, Josh Hart is the best rebounding guard in the NBA, right? That's a fact. Is the best rebounding guard in the NBA. And what he has been doing these past few weeks, what Donte's been doing, what McBride's been doing, what Isaiah Hartenstein's been doing, what Jalen Brunson's been doing, I can go down the list. That is a recipe for success, which is why compile all of that with hopefully a healthy OG and Julius Randle. That's why us Knicks fans think we can make some noise in the playoffs. But now that we only have, 11 games remaining, and Tom Thibodeau said before the game that Julius Randle's status is still the same, doing light contact, not full contact, why push it? 11 games left at this point, save them for the playoffs. I mean, see if we can get the 3rd seed. If not, lock up the 4th seed, and then we just rock and roll. Rick says we had 16 games in January that showed us what a healthy Knicks team can do. Randle is needed. Yes, Rick. Yes. Alberto says only beef I have with tonight's game is there's always somebody that has beef. Alberto has beef with tonight's games and Thibs. I credit to Thibs. He took out Brunson. He wanted Donte to get that record. He took him out. McBride, I think he took McBride out too. Look, I mean, I'm not gonna, if that's your only, if that's what you want to argue about, so be it. I mean, I don't really care. I thought Thibs actually coached a pretty good game tonight, despite the circumstances. Evan says these Knicks are a dangerous playoff team. They can slow the game down with heavy defense or spread out the D and shoot dangerous. I asked what's going on. Donte went off tonight. Anthony and Knicks are 12-12 since Randle and OG has been hurt. Imagine if we had them and without them. Yeah, I mean, Julius is important, right? Julius is important. And I think the Knicks are at a point in the season where they're like, Julius, just get healthy, wait it out, get as healthy as you can be, because we know shoulder injuries can be tough, right? So 11 games left of the season. Why push it at this point of the season? See if you can lock up a top 6 seed. If you can lock up a top 6 seed, especially number 3 or number 4, then we have home court in the first round. Then Julius Randle can come back for game 1 like he came back last season in the playoffs. Because at this moment, I think it's going to be, in my personal opinion, I think it's going to be Mitchell Robinson coming back, OG Anunoby right behind him, and then Julius is behind them. I think right now Mitchell Robinson is the first one back out of all 3 of them. But, yeah, back to this game. Taking care of business, guys. Taking care of business. Let me screen share my screen with you guys. Look, Donte, 11 freaking threes, man. It's honestly like it's one of those games where you're gonna remember. I mean, Hartenstein still limited, right? Hartenstein is still limited. 6 points, 10 boards, 5 assists. The passing from Hartenstein he's gonna get a bag this summer. 6 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists from Hire in 24 minutes. Crazy. Brunson, efficient night, 10 to 20, 3 of 7, 28 points in 30 minutes. So he's also not playing heavy minutes. McBride, 43 minutes, still playing absolutely incredible. McBride's leap here from year 1 to year 3. He's getting consistent minutes now due to these injuries. Incredible. Hart still in the starting lineup. 11 points, 10 assists, 14 rebounds for Josh Hart. 6th triple-double for Josh Hart. And, of course, the star of the game is Donte DiVincenzo. 40 points, 5 rebounds, 11 of 20 from 3. It should have been 12 of 21. I'm not going to argue with that, though. 14 of 23 from the field. And look, man, Precious, I thought Precious gave us some great minutes tonight. 16 boards for Precious. And like Rick said in the chat, I think it was Rick that he was mic'd up. Bogdanovich, don't go over Bogdanovich, right? I thought, look, games like tonight where he was like okay for him, this is like a little bit of a baby step in the right direction, right? Hopefully this can get him going. I'm not like going crazy over it, but 18 minutes, 13 points. It's okay, right? It's okay. It's nothing. It's not like how it was, which was bad. So 13 points out of Bogdanovich. So that's what you want to see out of him. That's what you want to see out of him. All right, take a look at our schedule. John, what's going on? Win number 43, 11 games left. What's going on, John? Yeah, 11 games left of the regular season. 11 games left, and they're right here. They're right here. The next 2 games are winnable. We should be on a 4-game winning streak at Toronto, at San Antonio. OG Anunoby's first game back in Toronto since the trade, which is why, me personally, I don't know if he wants to play or cares about that, but if he was to return, you would think it would be in his hometown, Toronto. But I don't know. It sounds like they're trying to wait until his elbow situation calms down. At San Antonio, and then versus OKC, and then at Miami. I will be at this Miami game. And then Sacramento, Chicago. I think we have the 7th easiest remaining schedule in the NBA. And if you take a look at these standings, Cleveland won tonight, excuse me. So we're still a half game behind Cleveland. They're 44-28. We're 43-28. It's doable. The 3rd seed is obtainable, guys. It is obtainable because Cleveland, they have Charlotte again. Let me just bring up Cleveland's schedule. At Charlotte, and then they're versus Philly, at Denver. They go on a West Coast trip at Phoenix, at LA, at Utah, and then at the Clippers. So that's a 5-game West Coast trip for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And if the Knicks can combat that with some victories while they're losing, they still don't have Donovan Mitchell, we're golden, right? And who's to say this is what the Knicks front office is looking at? Like, they're taking all things in consideration when trying to figure out if it's even smart to have Julius Randle play in these 11 remaining games, right? You look at Cleveland's schedule, it's a tough schedule, man. It's tough, which is why I think I give us like an 80% chance on getting that 3rd seed, because if you look at our schedule compared to Cleveland's schedule, but don't forget Orlando's behind us, I think we should be okay. I think we should be okay. But tonight's game was a step in the right direction. I mean, we've been playing well. I mean, the West Coast trip, 3-1. Coming home, Brooklyn, win. The Knicks are 5-1 in their last 6 games. So it's been a nice trend here that we've been seeing from the Knicks, right? A nice little trend here. Players are playing well, and guys are stepping up. If it's not one guy one night, if one guy doesn't have it, it's another guy stepping up like Donte. They're kind of taking turns, and that to me, that signifies a good team that has great chemistry, right? They're playing well together, and they're playing unselfish, and everyone's just playing well. All right, hit some of these comments again. CM says Knicks blew it. CM, come on, CM. Really? DeRozan talk? Come on now. You mean instead of Bojan? Nah, I mean DeRozan's been having a good season, CM, but they didn't blow it not getting DeMar DeRozan. I think, right now, personally, I think we're in a good place. 11 games left. And like I said on our previous podcast, Bojan Bogdanovic and Burks, they haven't been playing well. Right? But me personally, all it takes is one playoff moment from either Alec Burks or Bojan Bogdanovic to erase their bad play that we've been seeing since we've acquired them. Hit a big shot in the first round, hit a big shot in the second round, and all is forgiven. At least that's how I feel about it, right? So, we're seeing a little bit more out of Burks. Now, Burks has a sprained shoulder. I don't know the severity from that, but we just have to hope that's not severe. So, and then Bogdanovic took a little bit of a little step in the right direction, right? Tonight. Baby steps, nothing crazy. He wasn't bad, right? So that's a good thing. He wasn't bad. Hawks versus Celtics ending was wild. Celtics lose. What happened during that game? Celtics lost. Look, the Celtics are at a point of the season where they're just taking turns resting everybody. And they're going to wrap up the 1 seed in a bit. But, shout out to Atlanta for beating Boston. Joel says Celtics starting to shake at the end of the season. At the end of the day, it's still going to be Boston you're going to have to get through in the East. I still do think this Boston team is tough, right? But, that's why I personally think obtaining that third seed is important, because then you don't have to play Boston until the Eastern Conference Finals, right? You can avoid Boston in round 1, avoid them in round 2. Eastern Conference Finals, it's game on from there, right? You advance 2 rounds, hopefully. I mean, I'm trying to speak that into existence, and then, which is why that third seed is important, because we can, miss out Boston until the Eastern Conference Finals. IS says we will easily get the third seed, no doubt. Look, I pulled up the schedules. Like, it's obtainable. It really is obtainable for the Knicks to get that third seed. And the thing is, we hold that tiebreaker versus Cleveland. So if we were to tie versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, the third seed is ours. But got to keep taking care of business, and they have been taking care of business. So they're 6-1 in their last 7. Yeah, 6-1 in their last 7. The Knicks are. So I had to do some quick math there. Sorry. And then we got Toronto on Wednesday. So tomorrow off. Got Toronto on Wednesday. Then we go out to San Antonio, and that's going to be a tough game. Wembanyama is playing well. That's not going to be an easy. Any game on the road is not easy, right? You should be able to win, and then you got a tough game versus OKC coming back home this coming Sunday, and then we should be good. CM says Bojan could be good if he's. You're trying to say if he's used. I think I think it's up to Bojan now. I think they're using him right, but Bojan just has been a disappointment, and tonight was a step in the right direction. That's what you want to see a little bit. 10 to 13 points off the bench for either one of those guys is a win in my book. So Burks has been kind of coming along here. Now, a okay game out of Bojan. I mean, it was okay. Alberto says we could possibly shoot for the second in the division. You talking about in the division or the Eastern Conference? That second seed is going to be tough in the Eastern Conference. I mean, we're still 2.5, 3 games back of Milwaukee. I think that's going to be tough, Alberto. I think that's going to be tough. Dante's Inferno. 40 points, 11 to 20 from 3. The New York Knicks are now 43 and 28 on the season. Only 11 games remain. It's crazy. Only 11 games remain. Before the game, Tom Thibodeau said Julius Randle is still not doing little contact. Still said Mitchell Robinson's practicing. And OG Anunoby did some shoot around before the game. So positive steps in the right direction. We saw OG Anunoby out there before the game. He shot a little too. So that is positive stuff. You want to see that elbow improve. And if he's out there shooting and during shoot around, if he's shooting, the elbow is improving. And I know he wants to play versus Toronto. I know he wants to play at Toronto. And I know it's going to bug him not playing over there. But at the end of the day, we just got to get those guys healthy. So positive information regarding those guys. Then we come out tonight and blow the Detroit Pistons out the water. We do what we're supposed to do, win the games we're supposed to win. Now we just got to continue to do it. These next 2 games, just got to continue to do it. Alberto says, and Anthony, remember we played an extra game against Milwaukee in the in-season tournament. Yeah, I do. I remember that. I was really hyped for that in-season tournament game versus the Bucks. But remember, that was with Barrett and Quickly. Don't believe we've played the Bucks with our full squad yet. So that was a totally different team. And yeah, Bucks, at the end of the day, they still have Giannis, but they can still be got. Look, I don't want to sit here and say like fully healthy Knicks team will beat the Bucks or beat the Celtics, because at this point of the season, I'm kind of trying to avoid saying, a fully healthy Knicks team, because at this point, we just don't know. We just have to hope for the best at this point. So, but at the end of the day, guys are stepping up and they're playing well. They're playing really well. So Evan says Knicks can take Boston. They play late game ISO ball. We just have to get there, Evan. We just have to get there. I mean, I think so too, but we just have to get to that point. At the end of the day, if we're not fully healthy, my personal opinion, then how far are we actually going with no Randle and no Anunoby? Playoff time, it's tough, which is why, it's so important getting those guys back. But, credit to the guys, credit to Deuce McBride. I can't say nice enough things about this guy. I mean, he's been absolutely incredible for the Knicks. Another good game out of him tonight. And Donte. I mean, another crazy performance from Donte. And he's just been continuing to do this all season long. And he really hasn't let up. I mean, he's been in a little funk these last 10 shooting the three. He was shooting 33% in these last 10. But he broke out of that tonight, right? Oh, man. 11 3-pointers tonight for Donte. And doing that while Evan Fournier was guarding you. So, yeah. Yeah, guys. So, good game out of the Knicks tonight. Got to take care of business in Toronto versus the Toronto Raptors and just go from there. Alberto says, remember, Randall's right shoulder is his battering Ram shoulder, so he's going to – yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. I've been saying it. What version of Julius Randle do we see? Bully ball Randle or spot-up shooter Randle? We just have to wait and see, That shoulder, he likes to play bully ball with. He likes to, like you said, that's his first hit. That's his first hit when he's dribbling and backing down somebody. So we just have to wait and see. But I do think, in my opinion, I think it's going to be Mitch and Anunoby and then Randle right after them. And then it's go time. And then that's when we can get excited. Then it's go time. And then it is go time. I'm excited, man. The Knicks have been rolling. This season has been great. I tweeted on the Knicks Nation page. This season for the Knicks has been an awesome season. Incredible season for the Knicks. It just continues, and I can't wait for the playoffs. I can't wait until we make some noise like we did last year. Hopefully we can go further. But this season has been absolutely awesome. Big win for the Knicks, 124-99. Donte, man, shout out to you, sir. You've been absolutely incredible. Thank you to our channel members. If you're interested in joining our channel, just hit that join button for only $2.99 a month. You can help support the Knicks Nation channel. Love coming on these post games and chopping it up with you guys, and support is really appreciated. But I'll be back versus the Raptors. I'll catch you guys in the next post game. This was fun. Always appreciate every single one of you. As always, let's go Knicks. I'll catch you guys next time. Appreciate every single one of you guys in here. CM, Alberto, Evan, Joel, who else? John, Mike, Lynette. Appreciate everything. Rick, Cam. Appreciate every single one of you. I'm Anthony. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.